what can I say? What's a good example of what I didn't? Oh, okay, I'm going off track. Okay, focus. Okay. So getting into things that I liked about the movie. And oh my God. Oh, all right, let's start this over. Take 3 or 4, I don't even know. Hey guys, welcome back. Milano here, just lounging out. Thanks, babe, for letting me borrow your sweater. I feel so comfortable. Let's talk about Kong. I got to see this on my 3-day weekend that I just had. Hope you guys had a good one. Hope your week is on a great start. As usual, I'm just gonna warn you before I start talking. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Click out that X if you don't want to hear anything about this movie. Alright guys, so let's get into it. So now this is kind of a movie that I could have lived without seeing. It really didn't wow me. There was nothing really that new and exciting about this movie. I'm just being honest. That's how I felt. This is the first movie this year that I've seen that I kind of got bored halfway through the movie, and I was kind of like wondering when the movie was gonna end. Now this movie is 2 hours long, which I have no problem with it, as long as it's entertaining. Now there was some parts of the movie that was fun, like Samuel L. Jackson and John C. Reilly had a few comedic touches in the movie that made me chuckle. Felt like John C. Reilly and Samuel L. Jackson were some of the best actors in the movie, and John Goodman was in it, and Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki from Thor, if you're familiar with that. What makes me really sad, there's nothing wrong with the cast. It's just they were directed wrong. I felt like the script was like, It was like, what was going on with this movie? Oh, another thing that I thought was kind of weird is some characters you felt like they were one way and then they turned out another way. Colonel Packer, which was Samuel L. Jackson's character, he always acts beautiful in a lot of movies he does, but it was like his character was portrayed as a guy who was all up against war. At this point in his career, it's 1973 in the movie. He's looking at his box full of, his Purple Heart and his other badges from the military, and he was kind of like, what's the point of this? I was feeling like he was like, what's the point of war? What is all this? And then the next moment, when his higher up boss was like, hey, I need you to do one last mission before your guys get sent at home. Would you want to do it? And he was like all about it, like, yeah, let's go. So I was a little confused by that development of that character. I felt like there was no personal connection to any of these people. I mean, I know from our human experience, we like feeling connected and having some kind of connection. I'm not saying every movie needs to have that, but I felt like you had no connection with anyone. I felt like people were just thrown in the movie and say, hey, just read off these lines. That's how I totally felt, which is kind of a shame and a bummer that I felt no sympathy or love or anything for these characters, which was kind of weird. The only parts that I felt were really cool and exciting was when Kong was fighting the big lizard creatures and kind of just basically protecting his island at the times that he had to fight. That were the only exciting moments. Another thing is how John Goodman's character died. His flash of his camera was messing up, and then of course the big lizard thing eats him. And what I thought was crazy about it is I was like, did he really go out like that? Really? I thought was super unrealistic is inside the lizard creature, you saw where John Goodman's character was going through his stomach, but you were hearing the flash of the camera and you were seeing the light through the lizard. Now I'm thinking, as big as this creature is, really don't know how thick his skin is, but I'm like thinking in my head, there'd be no way you would really hear the noise from the camera or seeing the light coming through the skin. That was just crazy. It was like, okay, really? So that was just ridiculous. Also, there were certain parts of the movie that were just like ultimately conveniences. There was one part where Packard was like, I need to find my guy. I need to find my guy. Oh, I can't really think of the guy's name, but he did die. The big lizard thing did get him. They were all hiding away from the lizard, hoping that the lizard was gonna not sense them or eat them or get them. And then it coughs up the guy's skull. And then his dog tag happened to be around the skull. And then Tom Hiddleston's character looks at Packard and was like, he died. There's his tag. And it was like, what? What was that? I felt like some things were just thrown in the movie there to just be ultimately convenient, just thrown together. I was like, okay, how did that wind up lining up? You know, if it was real life, there's no way that these conveniences would have happened. Just be real. Like life, yeah, you control things that happen, but ultimately things happen out of your control. So I thought that was just a little weird. I really wish that there were some nuances about the movie, something exciting about the Kong movie, but there really wasn't. It was just, it was meh. It just kind of makes me sad because I've seen other Kong movies. I know you can't compare oranges to apples, but some of them made more sense and they were put more well together, and there wasn't as many, oh, this thing is gonna spit up this, and it's gonna be right there in that shot and be like, oh, he's dead. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say the movie was poopy. It definitely wasn't. If I definitely had to give this movie a rating, I would say, you know, a low C, kind of, where the art direction of the movie, the shooting of the movie was pretty. It was cool. But like the lack of you not feeling anything for them. The only time that I felt something was for Kong, because the Packard guy was all about, he killed all my guys and I want him dead and I want to get rid of him. But then Tom Hiddleston's character and Brie Olsen's character were like, no, you're misunderstanding him. He's wanting to protect the island and protect everyone here. John C. Reilly's character has been there for over 28 years and he's been living with the native people that live on the island. The native people worship Kong. They're thankful for him because he does protect them. He doesn't bother them. He minds his own business. He takes care of things when he needs to. I think that was a kind of cool touch. That was a cool scene, seeing that John C. Reilly's character had somewhere to go and was protected and safe. It was like, I felt feelings sometimes for Kong, but other than that, the other characters I could care less. Like, I could care less if they were there or not, and that was kind of sad and disappointing. But let me know if you guys have seen the movie. Have you? What did you feel about it? My boyfriend and I, we both felt the same way about it. We're like, we could have lived without seeing it. Hey, movie theater, I want my $35 back. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's like my first disappointing movie of 2017, to be honest. There's some other movies that I honestly haven't seen, but out of all the movies that I wanted to see, this one's for, man. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Hope to see you soon. Stick around for other fun stuff. Thank you for everyone who does take the time out of the day to watch my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, let me stop being ridiculous. I'll see you guys later. Bye.